Gopher Tails for Papa, Chapter 1. Sven wasn't at all surprised when Mama and the women sitting nearby gasped in astonishment as he dumped the gopher tails into the church collection. Old Peter Swenson nearly dropped Papa's black hat, for Sven almost filled it with the furry tails. Sven didn't need to look at his sister Elsa sitting beside him on the bench to know that her mouth was wide open and her eyes big and staring. She wouldn't understand, of course. Papa would, though, you could be sure of that. Sven's preacher Papa was the best sort of fellow, and he would think it just dandy to put gopher tails in the church often. He must be shining up to her. Papa says Miss Adams can't talk Norwegian, Sven informed his friends as they sauntered toward the log church, now serving as their schoolhouse. Mind you, all she can talk is English. Sven had always lived where people spoke both English and Norwegian. In Crow Butte there were the Irish O'Briens who, of course, spoke only English. For Sven it did not matter whether English or Norwegian was spoken, for he knew both languages equally well. Not so with Knut. The little fellow spoke almost no English. When they were out snaring gophers or playing together, Knut spoke Norwegian, and Sven answered him in English. Neither Knut's father nor mother understood the tongue of this new country. How would Knut get along in school? Sven took the little boy's hand as they entered the building, for Knut looked fearfully into the room where there were so many girls. Two long tables were set end to end down the center of the room. The teacher had placed on either side were back. At recess time, Knut followed close at Sven's heels as the boys sought the shade of the cottonwood tree. "Knut," said Sven firmly, "you've got to answer when the teacher talks to you, or you'll never learn anything." "I won't talk to her," said Knut fiercely. "I won't talk to her." "Why not?" "Well, if it hadn't been for her, we could be out snaring gophers now." "Oh, no," reasoned Sven. "You can't blame the teacher for that. It was my papa and your papa and the other big folks who got her to come out here to teach us. And if you don't talk, well, she might make you stay after school, and then you'll never get time to snare gophers." "Then maybe I better talk," said Knut. But Sven was soon to learn that the matter had not yet been settled. When Miss Adams brought her chair and sat down beside Knut and opened the picture primer, she pointed to the picture of a horse. "Knut," said she, "can you tell me the name of this animal?" "Hest," said Knut, speaking Norwegian. "Oh, no," replied the teacher, "that's a horse. Now what is it?" "Hest," insisted Knut. Miss Adams looked at Sven and asked, "What is he saying?" "He is saying hest. That's what we call a horse in Norwegian." Miss Adams decided to try another picture. "Here, Knut, can you tell me the name of this animal?" She pointed to the picture of a dog. "Hund," said Knut. "Oh, no," answered the teacher, "that's a dog. You must speak English, Knut. Say dog, Knut." "Hund," said Knut. "Doesn't he understand English at all?" asked Miss Adams, turning to Sven. "Oh, yes." "Knut," said the teacher, looking sternly at the beginner, "you must speak English in school, or I'm afraid I'll have to keep you after school to give you special lessons." When the noon hour finally arrived, Sven insisted, "You've just got to talk English at school, Knut." "Why do I have to talk English, Sven? Isn't Norwegian much better?" "Oh, no," explained Sven. "The teacher doesn't even understand Norwegian. You've got to talk English because all she talks is English." "Honest?" Knut's blue eyes opened wide in amazement. "Can't she even talk Norwegian?" "No, we live in America, Knut, and all Americans must talk English." "I'd rather be a Norwegian like my papa." "But you can't. You're living in America." "So is Papa, and he just talks Norwegian." "But he wasn't born here, and he's trying to learn to talk English, isn't he?" "I guess so," admitted Knut. "But if I try to talk English, the girls will all laugh at me." Knut stayed after school that afternoon, for not one word of English would he say. Sven had snared 3 gophers by the time a sobbing little Knut came out to